Okay, excellent, excellent. Okay, hello everybody. We are doing somatic mat class. We're going to do lymph stuff today, general movement stuff, and then also um, lymph movement stretching. All of it together. And really, I feel like most of the time when we're doing stuff, it's all included anyway. If we're moving, we're moving. That's my deep thought on it. But let's start standing with some breath. So inhaling, stretching up, reach out and up, and exhale, breathing out. Inhale, open your lungs, open your heart, stretch out and up, and exhale, let it go. Inhale, open, lift, and exhale, release. Last one. Inhale, open, get tall, and exhale, release. And before we go into the lymph stuff, let's do some spiraling, side to side, twisting. You can flex one foot and look towards it. So I'm shifting my weight. If I do it this way, I don't get quite as much of a spiral in my spine as if I don't change my feet and I really go for the spiral in the spine. So where you're standing sort of in the center or where you're shifting your weight. I feel like for the whole fascia of all my body, this version with the flexed foot is better. But if I want to get into just that spinal spiraling, then staying on both feet kind of even is better. Both versions of this exercise are possible. So, and it's nice to shift back and forth between the two. All right, let's rub our hands together, coming in for the lymph flush. So I'm going to take my right hand, crossing over to my left, up here in this angle, just above my collarbone, and getting in there, rubbing through there. So I will say that in the past year, I've changed a lot of things with my own health, but I've also changed a lot of things that I do. So the lymph flush is one of the things that I do probably at least 5 times a week. You can do it every day. Other side, same thing. And I'm getting a lot of movement up here. It's not just a little tender, tiny thing, lots of movement. But what I've healed is, knock on wood, is my allergies. I was having really, really bad allergies for a while. And I feel like this is a combo of a lot of things. I mean, I move a lot, but I've always moved a lot. But I've been doing the lymph flush, early morning walk, cold plunge or cold shower. My sleep is pretty decent, going to bed pretty evenly at the same time, getting under the angle of the jaw. So here's around that angle. I'm just going to do both hands at the same time, and I'm kind of circling my fingers in there. Relax your neck, tongue, and throat. So yeah, we can do a lot with our health. If if any of these lymphatic areas are blocked, these sort of pathways or these lymph nodes get blocked, then things start to build up, right? We start to have illness, whatever it is. It may manifest in skin stuff. It may manifest in, getting sick, allergies, all that stuff. Then we're going to take it down. This is an extra K27 point. We're just going to get in there, circling around. But I feel like we're not taught so much to handle our own health care. And I mean, I'm not saying don't go to the doctor. Go to the doctor. Do all that also. But to be in charge to a certain degree of the health of our body, of our organism, of our aliveness. Yeah, breath work. That's the other thing I've been doing. Breath work and meditation. So between all of those things, regular practicing on a daily basis, I have become much healthier than I was. And I was already pretty healthy. Let's go into armpit pec. So this is my right hand on my left again. So we're clearing this pathway for lymph to move through our body. Lymph is a detoxifier of the body. And if this stuff gets blocked up, it's likely to show up on our skin. It's likely to show up where we're sick, where we have pain, where we can't move, right? So we want to think of the whole system, getting more breath, more movement. If you're super sick and you can't move, then this isn't the time to do that. I'm not saying always move, but the other side, same thing. Little bits, little pieces. But I think if you're in this somatic mat class, then the chances are you're healthy enough to move a fair amount. So I'm like, we had this big whole pile of lymph nodes in there, moving that around. If you have scar tissue in there, just be gentle with that area. But scar tissue is fascia that's all like, connect, like globbed up. We can soften, move that also. Good. Shake that out. Just let it go. And then coming in, we're just going to do this. This is the bottom of my ribs. I'm going to go up there in my xiphoid process and pull down and out. So I'm creating a little bit of space. If I show you between my diaphragm and my liver on one side, my stomach is up there. So sometimes, like if we have something where our stomach, where we're having like acid reflux, all that stuff, it's the energy of our body is going up and out. We want it to be able to go down, right? We want that stomach to be able to descend, not coming up into our lungs and heart, but down. So even just having that energy being able to move down, really important. Then we're going to come into this middle spot in the middle, cisterna-chyli, getting in there. When I work in cisterna-chyli, it's the biggest lymph node in my body. I like to kind of contract in. And when I say contract, I don't, collapse would be a better word because I'm not engaging my muscles. I'm trying to soften them so I can get deeper into my body. This one is deeper in. Breathing into that. And if I move a little bit side, I get that from the inside. I'm pushing in here, I'm moving my body, I'm getting more mobility in there. So clearing out what might be blocked. Shake it out, coming into the inguinal fold and just getting above that. Yeah, and if you find that some area here is tender, then you just want to not go so hard, go softer, maybe take it a little slower and easier. And also make sure that we're drinking a lot of water so that as we get the stuff flushing through our body, it's able to move out. It's not kind of getting gummed up in there. Hands behind your knees, circling in there behind the eye of the knee. And then coming up, shake it out, let it go. And let's do some circles with our pelvis. So we're mobilizing our pelvis. First, in your circles, think of your pubic bone and your tailbone circling you around. So pubic bone is circling you forward, and then tailbone is reaching to the back. So we're actively reaching away from center. Stick out your butt and change direction, other way. Giving some movement to your organs, giving some movement to all your joints. Right? As we're moving this, my feet are moving, my hips are moving, my knees are moving, my spine is moving, my head and neck are moving. There isn't a whole lot of movement in my arms, like within them, although as a whole, they are moving around. So let's just add some arms, internal, external rotation, with a little teeny bit of a cat-cow. So sometimes we do this big, but we're going to do it kind of small. Exhale, hollow. Inhale, open. Getting the tissue from your fingertips into your heart and lungs to spiral, right? So we're getting that fascia to have more three-dimensionality. It's not linear inside our body. It's really curvilinear, shapy. Then let's take it a little higher. Same thing. Arms are opening out. Using your breath. Spiraling and spiraling. And then we're going to take it even higher. Opening heart and lungs. Diaphragm. Feeling your feet connected to the ground. So earth underneath us as our arms and upper body are opening up toward the heavens. Down and up. Down, up. And then interlace your hands over your head and we'll get a little side, lateral. And I'm actually shifting my weight too. So I'm going onto one leg. And we're going to do one more thing with this. We're going to come in We're going to pick up one foot and we're going to look around. If you need to hold on to something, hold on. Just check out what your balance is like with your eyes when you're moving your head. And my hands are slightly in front of me. It's like I'm holding on to something. I could hold them like this. I could hold them anyway. If I hold them back, it's going to be harder to balance. So hands slightly in front, checking out the space around you. Maybe look up, look down, look into the diagonals. Whoa, yeah. Ha ha ha. It's more fun when you take it off your center, right? And then switch it to the other side. Same thing. So find your spot in there. If I have this energy kind of pushing out through my arms, I've got a little bit more balance than if I have limp noodle arms. So I'm kind of actively pushing out, looking around. Now I'm going to like destabilize myself by taking it into diagonals, moving my head around, seeing what it's like to balance. This is actually my easier standing leg. So how is that? Good. And release it, shake it all out, let it go. So when we track our eyes and we're balancing on one leg, we're requiring something different from our body than when we just stand on two legs and look around. Something different from our body and our mind, our brain. All right, let's take it all the way down to the floor. Move my ball. And cross-legged position. So just to let you know, Christine, also, I am not teaching next Monday, the morning class, because I'm going to be in Vancouver. I'm actually going to Vancouver on Wednesday. So I'm probably not teaching my Wednesday classes, not my Saturday class, not my, yeah, Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday, and next Monday I won't, I'm off. I'm going to be in Vancouver for that week. So just so you know. Inhale, open, exhale. Rib cage, lungs, heart, diaphragm, all moving. Feeling your fingertips and arms like the wings of the heart, wings of the lungs. And then circling the whole way around. Inhale, open, side stretch. Inhale, open. And then change legs. Non-dominant leg goes in front. We're going to change the exercise slightly. We're going to circle around. So hands can be on your knees or anywhere, just circling. Again, we're mobilizing our diaphragm, our organs, our spine, our heart, our lungs. Change direction, other way. Breathing into it. And then take it forward and down and let your head and neck release. Just shift a little bit from side to side. Soften in your back. Lots of space in your spine. Lots of room for your spinal cord. So our movement, like if there's any kind of calcification going on inside your spine, you're just offering the possibility of freeing some of that up with movement. Easy and gentle, fluid movement inside your spine. And then come in and roll it up. And let's just do a twist in one direction and then the other way. Yeah, my dad had spinal stenosis. He'd had tuberculosis of the spine and had had all sorts of problems as a child, and then actually lived a pretty good life. And then when he was like when he was getting older, he was having a lot of spinal stenosis, and he didn't want to move at all. He was like he just was really lazy, and he ended up breaking his hip, and then it didn't live it lived a little while longer after that. But we got to keep moving. It's a move it or lose it situation, and it's weird to be like a person who teaches movement and completely unable to inspire your parent to do it. Oh my goodness. Anyway, back of the hands towards each other and inhale, open. My mom, on the other hand, is very physically active, and I am so grateful for that. Inhale, open. She did actually, she's always been physically active, but she had a little bit of an injury and then started seeing a physical therapist and got all these exercises from them, and then she just continues with that. So she does her PT, she walks a lot, she plays sports, she's playing softball. Inhale, open. Exhale, take it halfway down, one leg at a time, going one, two, yeah. So I'm really grateful about that. 7, 8, maybe I'm counting right, 9, 10. We're going to change it. You're going to grab onto both legs. You're going to go up, flex, point, touch it down. Up, flex, point. You can also have your hands behind you if you need to balance. That's another option. Up, flex, point, touch, up, flex, point, touch, up, flex, point, touch. Last one, up, flex, point, and take it down. All the way down to the floor. Grab your block if you have one. Sticking your block in between your knees. Hands down by your sides, pelvis up, circles with your hips. Yeah, so I mean, the health of our body, it's not only important to us, it's important to the people around us, right? It's important to family members. Like my dad would have lived a lot longer if he had just had more exercise and was into that when he was older, changed direction. But he didn't want to. And he felt like anyway, he felt like he'd already had a really great life and was kind of ready to go. Okay, lift as high as you can, drop one hip, inhale up, exhale the other hip. Inhale, dipping one hip, inhale, dip the other, inhale. And it's not just our bodies, it's our brains, right? As we move and we move these different patterns and we require more stuff of our body, our brain is going to be healthier. Body, mind, it's all connected. We are just one thing, not two separate things. Let's bring it in, roll all the way down. Inhale your arms up over your head, take a deep breath, and on the exhale, just unfold the hips, press up. Inhale, lower down. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Back of the body pushing. Inhale. Open, long body. Exhale. Press. Inhale, open. Exhale. Inhale. And it's great for us to have a diversity of movement, a variety pack of things that we do. So it's not just one thing that we do all the time. We need variety. We need shifts and changes. Otherwise, we become stagnant, right? So pressing up, pulsing, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Feel your feet connected to the floor. Feel your toes. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and roll it down. Take your block out. Just shake out your legs for a second. Shake out your arms. Soften your spine. Free flow in your body. Let it go. And then let's take the knees and make big circles with the knees. Circling your knees, releasing your lower back, softening and melting. And change direction. Breathing. Letting go. And then we're going to take our happy baby pose. Free up your spine. Release your legs. Let your hamstrings open up. Let your happy baby be happy. What does it mean to be a happy baby? Inviting that energy into your body. Breathing and letting go. Maybe massaging through your back, rolling across your lower back. If you bend your knees and just soften, you can roll across your sacrum. If you bend your knees more, you can get the roll into more of the middle of your back. So listening into your back for what you actually need. Lower your feet down to the floor. Knee drops from side to side. Nice, easy spiral. Relaxing hips and lower back. Oh, the kittens are running around. I can hear it. I'm going to open the door and we'll see if they charge through at some point. They're really funny. They make so much noise that it sounds like people are like stomping around in the upstairs of my house. But it's just the kittens charging around. All right, let's take our hands down by our sides. Reach your legs out, coming up, open it out, flex your feet down, point your toes. Up, open, down, and point. So as I'm going up, as I open out and flexing, down and point. Up, open, down, point, up, open, down, point, up, open, down, up, open, down. Last one. Up and open and down. And open your feet wider than your sticky mat. Arms up in a V shape and just internally rotate one leg at a time, spiraling in. Giving the tissue in your legs, your IT band, your quads, your hamstrings, even your inner thighs, this chance to internally spiral. Breathing into it. Opening up. And then we're going to change it. Let's keep the... I just felt what I wanted to do. Yeah, let's keep the feet fairly wide. You're just going to drop one knee to the floor, pressing up and bring it down. So this is pretty relaxed, rolling over. Press your pelvis up, drop it down. Roll through your butt, press, lower down, roll through your butt, press, and roll down. If this hurts in your back at all, don't do it or take it really easy. To me, it feels really good. So it's really up to you. I'm rolling across. One leg is on the floor. I'm pushing. I can turn my head away from my legs, or I can just look at the ceiling, or I can turn my head in the same direction as my legs. So listen into what feels good. Notice the difference. And let's let that go. Just shake it out again. Let's do this. Let's stick with some more leg action. So stretching and strengthening at the same time. One leg in, one leg out. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, and then the legs are going to circle away from each other, open up, grab the other one. 1, 2, 3, circle it out. 1, 2, 3, big circle. 1, 2, 3, circle away. You can flex your feet anytime. I'm just leaving mine pointed right now because it feels good. 1, 2, 3, circle. You can also drop your head to the floor. 1, 2, 3, circle. 1, 2, 3, and circle. Take them up, shake it out. Free up your spine, relax your head and neck. And let's go with both knees internally rotated. So my feet are open wide, internally rotating. And I'm just going to take a little teeny rock in my pelvis. So I'm trying to relax my abs. I can kind of push with my feet a little bit, free up the spine. It's a heel rock with internal rotation in your legs. So if we undo that, stretch your legs out, here's a regular heel rock. Let your head bobble up and down, ribcage, lungs, and heart freeing up. And then you can do it with parallel legs, same thing, just pushing and pulling a little bit with your feet, as relaxed as possible. So we're trying to send a ripple wave of movement up and down through your body. And then turning your head from side to side. Relax your neck and jaw. And let's do one more thing here. Grabbing your block, stick it on your pubic bone, have an intimate moment with your block, squeeze your legs around it, touch your toes to the floor, arms up over your head. We're going to do this with a sh sound, like a shh, like a very kind of strong, be quiet. So we're going to take our legs up to 90 and we're going to lower them down to 45 or lower with a sh. So it's going to be like this. You're going to inhale and then exhale. Shh. Inhale. Exhale. Shh. Inhale. Exhale. Shh. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, big full breath in. Inhale. Let's flex the feet. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. 2 more. Inhale. Big breath. Exhale. Last one. Inhale. Exhale. And relax. So making that is just put your hands on your rib cage and lungs. Like the bottom, actually my hands are below my ribs. They're kind of the sides of the ribs and in my belly. So down here. And then take a big inhale. And then feel what happens to your abs when you do your and then do like your a little stronger. Try it again. Inhale. See if you can move it around so you're not just rigidly locking in that but see if you can free up and still have that engagement. So try it again. Just feeling what happens when you add that extra breath component. I feel like we are really inhibited in our breathing a lot of the time. And so it's great to just give it some noise and volume. Let's roll back and forth, rounding through your spine, breathing. If you feel like you want to make it more intense, you can roll up onto your aha. Hello, hello. I'm just going to mute you because we are recording. Do you know it started at 9 today? Right, but stay because it's fine. Yeah. All right. So just stay in. We're going to flip over and you'll be fine because you can really join in this class at any period. Come in to all fours. And on your all fours, just circle around. Rib cage, tailbone, head-tail connection. Hey, Gaylord. How are you? Huh? Hello. Hello. And then change direction, go the other way. Yeah, we had a friend over last night. And basically when anyone comes here, Gaylord goes and hides. He's really become very shy. And unless he knows people, he doesn't come out. So yeah, he was in hiding for the past 24 hours pretty much. Maybe not 24 hours. All right, let's come in. We're going to do opposite arm to leg. Out, bring it in, reach it out, and come down. Out, in, out, down. Out, in, out, down, out, in, out, down, out, in, out, down, out, in, out, down, out, in, out, out, in, out, out. Yeah, just to make it confusing, right? My classes I have Monday starts at 9, Thursday at 10, Saturday at 9:30, all slightly different, just to make it confusing. All right, I'm going to take off my sweatshirt. We're going to do a little bit of shoulder wrist stuff. So if we think of our hands, Irene Dowd has an exercise called hands like feet or feet like hands. So if we want to have like better balance or more strength, like we can think when we're here on these all fours that our hands are like feet and that they are helping us balance. So allow yourself to just kind of connect into the ground with your hands, thinking of your hands like big feet, just underneath you, connecting into the ground. You can shift your weight from side to side, forward, backward, just feeling into that. And then feel the connection through your arms into your shoulders, into your rotator cuff, into your ribs, into your scapula. And let's just free up the scapula a little bit. So mobilize. You can come up. You can also come down here, but let your scapula, your shoulder blades move around on your back. Sort of free flow manner, giving them some mobility in whatever way feels good and interesting to you. Yeah, a lot of times, particularly women, get really locked up there and their shoulders no longer move. Like if we hold ourselves like this too much without allowing the movement of our shoulders, they get less and less capacity to move. Oh, I kissed my cat. Now I have like cat hair stuck in my lipstick. All right. My mom thinks it's disgusting to kiss the cat, but it's so delicious. I love kissing my cat. Bend your elbows, press up. You're going to go up onto your tippy fingers, like tippy toes, and then lower. If this hurts at all, just take your weight back and go easier so there's not as much weight on your arms. If you feel good, take it forward, bend in, press it up, lower down, and push. It's almost like you are going to jump with your hands, like popping up, coming down. You could try jumping and really pushing off, but we can also just go to here. And you can take your elbows to the floor if you want to take it deeper. I've been really in on this wrist business lately because I feel like everybody has wrist issues. If you don't have wrist issues, you have shoulder issues. If you don't have shoulder issues, you have wrist issues. You have elbow issues. So yeah, we're just working these things to help strengthen up that whole system. And we want to have strength and we want to have freedom, right? We want to have flexibility. We want to have mobility. Okay, let's go over the back of our hands and make the little monkey fists. In this monkey fist, see, I can kind of curl in and I can also push and open out. So I'm going to curl in. It's like a cat-cow. And then I'm going to push and open. And again, curling in and opening out. And last one, curl it in, open out, and then come off. Let's go squeezing your fingers together. So my fingers are pulling out to the side. Just move your hands one way and then the other. You can think of, so my fingers are holding on to keep my hands from popping open, and I'm moving my hands towards one and then the other side, thinking of one elbow driving to the side and back, and then the other. Then I'm going to do it with my palms facing out, same thing. One elbow going back, then the other. So I'm getting a twist, getting movement in my lats and my pecs, in my deltoids, in this very sort of safe, but I'm feeling this in this very safe frontal area, taking it over your head. Elbows are still trying to pull out. Let's just go side side with that. So elbows are going to pull. You're going to let yourself adjust to that. You can turn. To me, it feels very good to look toward the further away elbow. I'm going to try looking. Doesn't feel so good going to the in. It's okay. But there's something really good about looking at the further away elbow. It feels more spacious. Then you're going to circle your hands over your head. Rib cage, lungs, heart mobilizing. Scapula freeing up and change direction. Yeah, so I was teaching bar burn at the Y yesterday, and we were doing tandus where our hands are, here or here for about 5 minutes. And a lot of the men really struggle with that. And it's because they're not getting the work of having the arms up a lot, right? Where you just hold them up. Like if you dance ballet, you get used to this all the time. You can hold your arms out there for days. It's no big deal because it's no effort. It becomes effortless. But so it's what our body does is what our fascia is able to do. So it's not always like, it's not a strength issue to hold your arms up. If your arms aren't accustomed to going up, your fascia has to get used to that movement because the fascia is going to be pulling it down. It's like you have to be able to open that out. This is why we want this really spirally three-dimensionality in our fascia. So we have access to all these realms of movement. Like, so yeah, just flamenco dance your arms a little bit. Give it some fluidity, some flow, some expansiveness. I feel like this is just like an ongoing learning of life of, okay, what do I need right now in my body? How do I bring that in? All right, let's take it to a forearm plank. And we're going to push forward and backward. Heels reach backward, head reaches forward, hovering on the horizon. And then come into center, one knee to the floor at a time, touching down parallel, going 1, 2, 3. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Twisting underneath. 1, 2, big spiral. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Take your pelvis down, drop into the floor, bend your knees, let your legs fall from side to side. Relax your butt, relax your back. Think of wagging your tail, massaging out your quads. Feet are relaxed, let them go. And then coming to the tops of your feet on the floor, arms out in front of you. Let's come all the way up. Just Pilates swimming, paddling away. If that hurts in your neck or shoulders, you can also come down on the top part of your body. Otherwise, huff and puff. Deep diaphragmatic breathing. And come up, big arch, open up, look up, open the front of your chest and lungs. You can look from side to side if that feels okay. And then take your tail back, child's pose. Surrender, soften, melt, let go, wiggle around. Oh, I see that Gaylord brought his toy out here as he was coming in. He's got all these mice. He really doesn't like a lot of toys, but the mice are his toy. He's got about 4 or 5 of them. This one's got a string tied to it. And if he will go he'll come up to bed, and then he'll come back down to grab his mouse and bring it back upstairs. So in this case, he brought it back down. Let's open the chest and lungs, and then bring it back down and in. Open it out, pushing into the floor with the bottom arm, bring it in. Open and in. Open. This time on top, you're going to spiral that upper arm. Let that move into your shoulder blade. Push the floor away with the bottom arm, but giving some mobility up there on top. Change it to the other side. Spiraling, opening. Chest, lungs, and heart open. Push the floor away with the bottom arm, top hand, getting some movement. Bring it back down. Coming to elbows and knees, arch and curl, regular cat-cow. Using your breath. Let's go into the arch and just take your tail back and then take it slightly forward. So you're in your arched position, shifting forward and backward. And then you're going to curl and also shift forward and backward, shifting your weight, feeling that movement. And then come forward, take one leg out behind you, kicking the ceiling up and down. Going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, keep going, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Bend your knee, poke a hole through the ceiling. Pulsing it up. Try and go as high as you can. This can be parallel or a little bit turned out, whatever feels good to you. Pulsing, pulsing, pulsing. Poking a hole as high as you can. Top leg reaching up, bottom leg pushing into the floor. And release it down. Switch it to the other side. Now I can't remember if we did 12 or 15. Up and down. Going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We're just going to do 12. Pulsing up. If it's uneven, I apologize. Pulse, pulse, pulse. Toes to the ceiling. Bottom knee pushing down. Top knee pushing up. Feeling that strength in your lower back as you're working through your back. Poking a hole through the ceiling. Shoulders are wide. Neck is long. And release. Take it down. Bring it into a child's pose. Surrender. You can shift your weight from side to side. Let your head, neck, and back release. Breathe into it. And then shift your weight back towards your heels. And we're going to do this, coming up onto your hands and knees. If you need more knee padding, because we're going to do a little bit more movement, you can always take your mat and fold it up a few times. So if you feel like your knees are going to want some extra padding, fold it up. You can do it anytime. Leg is going to go out behind you. Lift up, come to the side, lower down. You're going to shift your weight onto that leg and then come back. Leg goes up to the side, to the back, down. Other side, leg goes back, up, out to the side, come down, shift your weight, bring it back, pick it up to behind you, and I'll move this way so you can see it. Up to the side, lower, shift onto it, come back, side, back, in. Behind you, to the side, lower down, shift your weight, bring it back, up, back, in, back, to the side, lower down, shift your weight, bring it back, pick it up, back to center, lower, up, side, down, shift your weight, bring it back, lift it up, bring it back, come in. We're going to come onto our butts and just roll from side to side, massaging through one side and then the other. Big breathing. It's a beautiful day today. It was so hot the past 2 days up here. It was hotter here than in the city, it's been doing that a lot lately. 10 or 15 years ago, it was always hotter in the city than up here. This is my gorgeous hairstyle of the morning. But now it seems to have shifted where it's often hotter up here than it is in the city. All right, we're going to do another spiraling exercise. Spiral, just start taking your arm and reaching. Imagine that you're reaching to something, like you're going to grab something, reaching out. And then you can start to shift your weight. Again, if this hurts your knees, don't do it. But we're trying to get across. You can push off the floor, or if you want to go die hard, you don't use your arms at all. And this could come all the way up to standing, if you felt like it. For my more energetic people that want to get more work, you feel free to do that. Great work for your legs. Or it's here and there's less happening, right? Or even less than that, just spiraling and touching down. That is fine too. All of these things are going to do different things in your body. All right, let's let go of that. Take your legs out, just bang them up and down for a second, rotate in and out. Let's do one more hamstring warming up thing. Even though we've been warming them up, stretching them, warming them up, stretching them, we're going to warm them up and stretch them again, pulsing up, going with pulses. You can either look at the ceiling, drop your head back, look forward, pushing the floor away. Pulse, pulse, pulse. Open, open the front of your body, push with the back there, and take it down. Walk your butt from side to side, take it into a forward fold. Soften your head and neck, relax your shoulders. Breathe. You can kind of bend one knee a little bit, then the other, letting your weight shift from side to side. And then we're going to do two things. You're going to bend your knees and arch. So you're pulling your chest forward and through. Then you're going to point your toes, take it down, release it down. Bending your knees, arch, drop the shoulders, lengthen the neck, open the front of your body. Point your toes, take it down, and soften. Flex your feet, bend your knees, arch. You could be here in that arch. It doesn't have to be all the way forward. And point, and curl, all the way down. And one more, flex, arch, and point, and take it down, and shake it out. Let it go. Let that tissue soften back up. And we're going to open it up into a straddle. Wherever your straddle feels good, let's just do some circles with the feet for a second. It could be wrists and ankles, but I'm just going to do ankles for right now. And then change direction. Breathing into it. Good. And then we're going to take our hands behind our head, elbow toward the floor. If you can touch down, great. If you can't, that's okay too. You want to try and keep both sit bones on the ground. So I could pop up my sit bone and touch it down, but then I'm staying short in here. I want to stay long through this part of my body. So try to keep your sit bones connected to the ground as you do this. Feet flexed, feet pointed, feet relaxed, whatever you feel like. A variety pack of all three. And then we're going to change it. Starts out the same way. We go down, then we reach both arms out. We're going to open it up, hands behind the head. Take it down, reach it long, blossom open, fold it in. Take it down, reach it out, blossom open, fold it in, take it down, reach it out, open it up, fold it in, sideways, reach, open, and fold it in. Sideways, reach, open, fold one more time each side, sideways, reach it out, open it up, fold it in, sideways, reach it out, open it up, fold it in. And we're going to change it. Bring your legs in a little bit, just bang them up and down, soften. Kind of, sort of regular Pilates and kind of not. We're going to spiral, reach it out, and then roll it up and open. Spiral, reach it out, roll it up and open. Spiral, cross it, bring it up, and spiral. Reach, open the chest and lungs. Down and up, down, up one more time each side, and open, last one, and open, and bring it in, bang it out, let it go. Let's come back down onto our stomachs. One more thing down here. Just going to move my mat a little bit. All the way down onto your belly. Wag your tail, release your spine for a second, soften head, neck, butt, ribs, everything free. Curl your toes under, press up and down. Big breathing. And then you're going to bend one knee, draw your heel into your butt, stretching your quad. Breathing into that pubic bone in front of your hip bones into the mat. So if I release my hip bone and my pubic bone, I pop up, I don't get a quad stretch. If I bring my pubic bone into the mat and my hip bone into the mat, I get a quad stretch. If you're hypermobile and you're not feeling anything, lift your knee up. But try to keep your hip bone down. From there, you can just slightly move your heel towards your midline and then towards the edge. A little bit of mobility in the hip socket and mobilizing that tissue in a very three-dimensional way. And then reach out and up, half bow, open it up, breathe. Open, 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 radiate out. And release and come down. Switch it to the other side, heel into your butt, drop your head. Heel is going to open and close. Breathing. And then come up, kick it out. I know we didn't stretch as long on that side, but oh well. Reach and open, radiate away from center. Breathe, breathe, breathe. And release it down. Wag your tail, lower back soft and easy. Bend both knees, grab on. You're going to inhale up. From there, you're going to open your knees wide and then exhale, knees closed. Inhale, open. Exhale, closed. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Last one. Inhale, exhale. Arch all the way up. Take it into your child's pose. Surrender. Big breathing like you're a bubble. Wiggle around. Maybe just give your back a little tap out. You can kind of hit into it. Breathing. And then you're going to interlace your hands out in front of your head and roll up onto the crown of your head, rounding your spine, and tail reaches back. Rolling up, rolling down, rolling up and down, and one more. Up and down, take it back and come up. Turn your head from side to side, look over one shoulder, look over the other. Take in the environment. If you can look out a window, I've got a window over there. I can see way up my street. I can look at the sky. Same thing over there. Yeah, take in the world around you. Breathe into that. See what's out there. And then keep your head forward and move your eyes from side to side. So head is going to stay stable. Eyes are going to mobilize. And then let's go with the head moving up and down, looking up, looking down, letting your body have some freedom. So you're not trying to totally lock, so that you're not moving your body. You're letting your body curl and arch. And then head stays stable and eyes go up and down. Use your breath. And by use your breath, you don't have to do anything special. Just breathe. Be alive. And then we're going to do one more thing. I'll come into the camera and admire. I'm like looking, I'm loving this hairdo that I have this morning. It's gorgeous. I have like one little part back here that likes to stick straight out. We're going to do diagonal. So I'm going to go up to one diagonal, down to the opposite diagonal. Up, down, up, down, up, down. Then the other opposite diagonal, up, down. So looking up to the corner, down to the corner, up to the corner, down, up and down, and up and down. Then you're going to rub your hands together, just getting some heat in there, and you're going to cup your palms and just put your palms over your eyes. So just a couple of breaths here, closing your eyes, letting your eyes kind of retreat back into your head. Yeah, the eyes are the only part of your sort of brain that is outside of your cranium. Letting the eyes just rest in your head. And maybe even softening your head down. You can rest your head in your hands, like, shoulders and neck easy. And then coming in and opening it up. Again, turning your head from side to side. So we spend so much time kind of bulging out into the world, or we're in here in our own space, but we're just looking in, zeroing in on one area. Finding that expansion in your awareness so that like you can take in the environment. Doesn't even mean you have to be looking at it. You can just open up to like, what's happening in my peripheral vision? What's going on? I feel like this is a way of being safe, especially in a place like New York City, like where you want to know what's going on, but you don't want to be like, necessarily staring at everybody in the street. But you can just take in the space around you without letting anyone know you're taking in the space around you, but just bringing your awareness out. It's interesting. This is taught in a lot of martial arts where it's like, just be aware of what's going on in the room. So if I'm in here, I'm not very aware. My body opens a little to take things in. There's the trash coming right on cue. The trash truck. I don't know if you guys can hear it, but it's really loud here. So just thinking about, this is like embodiment 101. What's going on in the world around you? Are you safe in your body? Let's do a hip stretch. We'll do a little series of them. One ankle, crossing it over your knee. We're going to inhale up, get very tall. Exhale, fold it forward. Breathe into it. Breathe into your back. Breathe into your belly. Breathe into your pelvis. Bigger breathing. We need the oxygen. We need the movement of our whole thoracic area. That is going to bring more health to the area. And then come up. We're going to do this one side and then the other. Just switch it to the other side. And again, inhale, open it up. Exhale, fold forward. Let it go. Breathe. And then come up. We're going to change it back to the first leg. Heel in towards your groin. Inhale, lift. If you want to put the block under your knee, you can. Reach out and up. Exhale, take it forward and down. Breathe and melt. And then come up, open your arms, spiral. We're going to take it over the leg, side stretch toward your foot. Breathe into it. And then inhale up. Hand is going to come behind you on the floor. You're going to press up onto that knee. Take it into a back bend. Arch, open, heart and lungs. Breathe, look back, open it up. And circle it around and down to come in and bang it out. Let it go. Rotate in and out. Other heel in towards your groin. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, forward over your leg. Breathe into it. Soften and melt. And then bring it up. Open your arms out. Spiral sideways. Take it up over your leg. Side stretch. Breathe into it. Breathe into whatever you feel stretching. Just send your breath into that area. And then inhale, lift. Hand behind you on the floor. Press it up, back. Arch and open. Breathe into that. And release, circle it down, come in, and slide your feet underneath you. So we're going to do a foot, like a kind of lower back and foot stretch. I'm going to show it to you this way. My feet are parallel. I'm going to take my knees toward the floor, and then I'm going to take my heels towards the floor. If you can squat, excellent. If you can't, no worries. If your heels or knees don't touch down, that's fine. If deep flexion hurts your knees, just come up into a fold without being in this deep flexion. Moving your hands as you need to, rounding your back, softening. And then taking your butt up to the ceiling, letting your head hang down, open your feet a little wider. You can shift from side to side, bend one knee, bend the other. Let it release, rippling through your spine, releasing your back, releasing your neck, releasing your head. And then come into center. Shake your head no, nod yes. Wiggle your shoulders around and bend your knees. Roll it all the way up to the top, standing up. And then inhale, open, lift, opening your heart, opening your lungs, just feeling what it feels like in your body right now. Taking just a minute to be grateful, to be able to move, to have a body, to be born on the planet. Even if you didn't choose to be born, here we are. Inhale, open, exhale. Tasting life. What is going on in our bodies, in the world? I mean, some of it we go, oh, that doesn't taste so good, but some of it is delicious. Going outside, seeing the flowers, the sun, even the wind, it's just gorgeous. It can be. Maybe it isn't always gorgeous. Shake it out, let it go. And I'm going to end the live stream. So YouTube people, I probably will not be on here much for the next week. And also Kat, I'm going to tell you that too. But let me end this live stream. But I will be back in full swing after like the 2nd of June or something like that. I think some of the stuff I'll do, and maybe I'll do them just at different times.